Hello, Marine. This is Frank Leeper. You probably know why I'm making this video, huh? Yeah, it's in reference to the payment I made, $734.81. That it's not showing up on my statement. I know you gave me the response, and I don't agree with it. You said that it depends when the payment was made. You know, that so reflect on the con-service statement, right? Well, if you look at speaking of my bank statement shows that went in my account on the 6th of November. This statement was what, the 17th of November, so it should have been on there. So that's not correct what you said. I mean, what you said is not right. I made a payment. It went into my bank, and Alden Park got the money on the 6th of November. But it's not on my statement. So I know there's something wrong. You're saying that my balance of $1322.81 is the correct balance, and that includes a rollover, right, of $294. Well, it includes two rollovers of $294. So you're wrong already. So looking at that, it doesn't reflect it. It's not right. So you're saying that I owe $1322.81. And I say, no, I don't. Now, I would owe $1322.81. If I didn't make a payment this month at all, that's exactly what I would owe. It's exactly. It's $1322.81. You notice the 81? Well, $734.81 is what I paid. You notice the 81, huh? That 81 cents is the key to it. You wouldn't know that. So in October, I'm $294 behind. And this month, I'm $294 behind. That's $588. I paid $734.81. So what's that? $1322.81. So do you really think I didn't make a payment this month? I mean, it doesn't make sense. You don't understand that? As many times as you dealt with me over this whole year since you've been here, all the emails I sent you and all, you're really telling me that I owe $1322.81. And I don't. I owe $588 plus the current charges for December. I gave you the breakdown. I gave you the email, and it shows it. And you come right back and tell me that. It's not right. I know what could have happened when I put the check down there, and whoever processed it, they processed it, and they put it through the bank, right? And Alden Park got paid right away. But what they didn't do was they didn't contact Conservice and let them know about that payment. So if they weren't contacted, they wouldn't put it on my account. So that's an oversight by whoever processed it. So I think, doesn't that explain it? You mean to tell me I'm not going to get a credit of $734.81 back on my account? Then I would owe $588. Just like if for December, say I can only pay $294 again, then I would owe, for the next month, starting the new year, I would owe $882. I'm just saying, it just so happens that was the amount I could pay. It was the same amount. So you don't know all that. So I don't understand that, though. How you could say that. You just, with all I wrote there down for you, I took all that time to make that email. I crafted it and everything in such a way. I put my name and I put Alden Park, and I showed that the top part of it's the same. It's the bottom where they have the prior balance. $1322.81 is not correct. I don't owe that. I mean, I don't want to owe any more than I have to. So because I was really upset over this, when I got your answer. Are you in a job to upset people? Are you there to make people satisfied here, huh? I'm satisfied. I like the place, the way everything is. I'm satisfied with it. That I can come to somebody like you and keep track of everything and all, and you know about the things. I'm letting you know everything that's going on in my life right now. Because actually, Alden Park can really determine my destiny, really, because if I don't have a place to stay, Where am I going to go? I don't have family or nothing. Where am I going to go? Out in the street or in a shelter? Then I can do nothing. The ability I have now to do things is because I'm in here. So Thanksgiving's coming up, and I'm thankful for that. That I have this place, I'm very happy with it. I wouldn't do anything. You think I'm not going to make a payment? You saw my bank statement. I printed the screen and showed it to you. Didn't you look at it? It shows on there $734.81. On November 6th, it went into my account. And it shows I had $12.54 left. That's it. Now, till I get my next, Social Security money goes in. So now, does that look like I didn't pay it? The money's not on my account. Now, if I didn't make a payment, yeah, it would be on my account. I would have that balance. So, I can prove it so many ways. It's not up to me to prove it. I already proved it. It's up to Alden Park to prove that I didn't make a payment. And they can't. I have the bank statement. I don't want to go into... I mentioned in the email I sent you, maybe you don't even want to look at it, because I was really upset. I said a lot of things maybe I shouldn't have said. But as far as contacting the Attorney General, I will. And they can look it all over, and they can decide right away. They're neutral. They're not going to say that I don't owe the money, or I owe the money, or whatever it is. I have proof of it. Like I said, the way this is done, Conservice is a company that they're actually experts in that. More in the utilities and all. But I know how the mistakes happen as far as the money goes, because if they're not furnished with the information, right, how can it won't be on there? Now, I don't know whether you would be able to call Conservice and tell them that I made the payment and you want that $734.81 credited to my account, that they have. See, if I would have paid it on the portal, that wouldn't have happened, because that's connected to Conservice. It would never happen. If I make a payment on there, it would have went right on my account. But at the same time, maybe, I don't know how it works. When I put the checks, when we pay by check, and I put it downstairs, where the drop is, whoever, it's an office in there, and they work on it. Maybe they have the portal that they could punch it in, that goes to Conservice, and then it goes to the bank, my bank. But, I can't believe that you would really say that that's my balance. You're saying that the $1322.81, right, up to now, includes a $294 rollover. That's what you said. I know last month's statement shows that. It shows a prior balance of $294. That's all I owed, right? How come? On the last Conservice statement, that's what you looked at, didn't you? Did you look at the one now? You probably did, because that just came out. And boy, you say the 1322. You said that's my balance. And you're wrong. You're definitely wrong about it. I'm, sure of it. You think I'm going to go through all that? The way I crafted that email for you that I sent the first one, I have another one waiting for you because I did it late in the day yesterday. It's waiting for you when you come in. I guess I'll go down there and put a note to make sure you know it, that you got an email. Yeah, I can't really believe this. I'm having enough problems as it is. And you know that. I'm trying to get the money to pay Alden Park. I don't want to be a charity case. I'm not a freeloader, I'm not like that, I'm not a squatter or none of those things. Now, when you came here, I acquainted you with my situation from the beginning. And emails, too, a lot of them. And you understood everything, and I said, because I thought I might be starting to be behind then, but with a rebate, a couple of rebates, and then clinical trials I was doing and all, I got through last year into this year. Everything went wrong when this pandemic hit because I couldn't get the clinical trials to make that extra money. But then the stimulus check came for $1,200. I got that. So that offset it somewhat. It got me through. I was into the end of September of this year on time. So October I owe $294. And this month I owe $294. So it's $588. not 1322.81. So it proved it. And I know when I got the notice last week about being, about owing the money. Remember, you said that goes to everybody that owes money. Probably I got it because of that. I didn't make a payment this month, and I won that much money. I might not have got that notice. I don't know. And plus, in that notice, what's it say? To make communication as much as possible, huh? Now, what do you think I've been doing? That's all I've been doing. All that communication that I've been sending you. You read it, right? Does it go to anybody? Do they know about it? The office? I mean, I don't know what. At the time, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure who to send the information to now, because Tess Patterson contacted me about the past due money. Maybe she handles that part of it. And then I made a video about it, like I'm making now. And I noticed, I don't know if it was her that heard the video and said they're going to work with me personally, right? I don't know who that was. I don't know if it was Tess or somebody else. But when I do these videos, you can make a comment. That's what I like about it. You don't have to go and type it in the computer. You can make the comment. You can type it in there, and I get it right away. So I don't know what else I can say about this. Now you insist that you were sure, right? You were sure that that's the balance, 1322.81. It's not. You mean you couldn't? I showed you exactly. I gave you the breakdown of both. The top part with the utilities and all is the same. But I gave you my version that shows exactly what I owe. The $588 plus those current charges, plus the forced insurance, that comes at $1,600 and something. So now if I pay a certain amount, I could owe another $294, but I was going to see if I could pay more, but I don't think so. So I'm only going to get another payment from this clinical trial. Another thing about the clinical trial that I go to, they pay by MasterCard and debit card. Now, how am I going to pay Alden Park if I can't put it in the portal? Can I give the credit card downstairs in the office and you can punch it in? Say I want to pay $200? If not, how am I going to pay them with it? I can use it, to buy things I need. I can use it to pay the phone, and and the cable and the internet. I could use it for that. You take the checks, right? The portal doesn't work, for lesser amounts. So you take checks, right? Do you take credit cards and debit cards? The portal takes it, because then I'm going to have money and I won't be able to get it. To use it to pay here. Unless I build it up and it's enough that I can, whatever I owe, I could pay it. But unless you take cash, I don't know. If you take cash, well, I can go to the machine and get the money out and bring it in and give you the cash, and you can give me a receipt and put it towards my balance. I'm still worrying about paying, I don't want to. I try not to get any more upset, because when I went to that clinical trial a couple of days ago, they checked my temperature before I went in the car, and I was worried that day because my blood pressure was high, and I'm running around and I felt real flushed, and I was saying, I hope I'm not getting a fever of all things, because I wouldn't be able to go. So I went there, and I was all right there. But when I went there, they were taking my blood pressure, and they noticed it was high, and I said, it's not normally that high. They said, well, maybe the excitement coming here and all. They took my blood pressure so many times. And luckily, it went down a little bit, because they need to have a reading, an accurate reading, because I guess with me getting all those tests, and I'm going to get the vaccine, I guess they want to know if it's affecting my blood pressure. So they have to get what it was, when I started there. And they're going to keep taking it to see if it has any effect on that. So I'm going to go again next week, and I'm letting you know everything. And I'll be getting the vaccine. I could have gotten it last week when I went, but I decided, why not? I can get another day of pay if I do it this way. So I don't know when I'm going to go again. And they pay when I do it at home also, but not half the price. So I'm trying to get that extra money, and I was what's the money for? It's for Alden Park. You think I would want to owe any more than I already owe? 588 is a lot. And then whatever during this month yet. Because if I have that money and I can't get it to you, so that's another thing I want to know. If I could pay by, it's a credit card, it's a MasterCard, and it's a debit card. And I can get money out of it, an ATM machine if you took cash. So I need to know that too. But I really like to get that $734.81 back on my account. So that'll reduce that $1322.81. Then I'll be back to $588. Because if not, I'm still going to pay what I can in December. So regardless of that, but I mentioned, I'm not trying to scare you or threaten you or anything like that about the Attorney General. But with all the information I have and all the contacts I made, pretty much they're going to probably have to contact you about it. They do consumer complaints. I've already used them. I was getting credit card harassment, and now I have a case with the nursing home. That's still pending. It's taken a while. That's because it's so involved and all, and it's serious, My wife died in that nursing home, and based on what my complaint is. So, that's why they're really checking it out. I don't let them take us all the time they want. But this is an issue, a different issue, and I really depend on you. I trust you. You work with me. You seem like we had like a good rapport, right? But it seemed like since I owed the money, you're not the same with me, You're treating me a little bit different. It's all right, whatever you have to do, it's your job, You have a lot of responsibility here. And I liked it because, I'm used to dealing with you, and I know you're in charge down there. And I know when Tess Patterson contacted me, she didn't know nothing about it. Because you're the one that deals with all that, not her. She may deal with that, being behind in the rent and all that, so you both have responsibilities. I know that. For you, it's a lot. And, you've been here, I know, about a year now. Because I've been dealing with you that long. And I know there's 2 other managers before you. And they didn't really that good. I dealt with them. I didn't even deal with the one at all. I dealt with Tess before. So she should be familiar. I dealt with her last year. With the rent and everything, the leasing and all. And she did tell me, make sure you send emails and all, so you have a record of everything that's going on. And I did do that. I asked her some questions and all. And I sent her emails, and she said she didn't understand what I'm saying and all, so it was a whole bunch of stuff. Again, with these emails. I write a lot on the emails. And I gotta, that's one thing I gotta try to control. See, with the videos, it's a lot better. Because I can say a lot in a little bit of time. Like I said, I'm working on that because you're not the only one I send emails to. I've been sending a lot of emails with these clinical trials and all. This woman at Penn Medicine, oh my God, the emails. She's asking me all kind of stuff, and I'm writing it back, everything and all. I'm doing questionnaires and everything. I didn't make the Penn Medicine for the blood pressure. Nope, my blood pressure was okay for the test, but they said that because my BMI, my body mass index, is a little high. If it comes down, they'll still let me do that clinical trial. So I lost that one now too. So I'm not, I'm doing as good as I can right now, but I just want to make sure we're on the same page. Evidently, you act like I owe you the money. I don't owe you that money. That what you said on there, that my balance is right, $1322.81. It's not, okay. No hard feelings over it, but it's going to have to be put on my account, on my rental account. It's going to have to be, because what I'm going to do is, if this doesn't get resolved by the time I pay the rent, I'm still going to pay whatever the amount is, and I'm going to owe another $294. So I'm going to keep track of it that way. So I might be able to pay more, but if I can't, I'm just gonna I'm gonna pay the $294 probably again. So it's $882. So I know when the next statement comes out, I know I owe $882. Not that plus another $734.81. Oh, I mean, my blood pressure was sky high. I mentioned it in the email I sent you. So it's calmed down now a little bit because I want to get this resolved. I know the first thing you have to do is resolve it with the company. Now, if I do contact the Attorney General, I'm letting you know. I don't know what they're going to tell me. They're going to probably say, did you try to resolve it with the company? I'll say, yeah. So you're in charge of it. You may get contacted, or I may tell them to send me the letter, and I'll give it to you or something. They're going to say you have 20 days to work it out with me. Approximate. I don't know how they're going to work it, but I have proof of what I say. You mean to tell me, I'll repeat it again. You got my bank statement. Maybe you didn't get it. Now, I don't know what the emails you say. Sometimes it goes in the junk file. But I gave you a print screen of my bank statement, and it shows my balance is $12.54, and it shows $734.81 was taken out of my account. So Alden Park should have got that money. I know they got it, and they got it on the 6th of November. I'll repeat, the 6th of November of 2020. Now you're saying that sometimes, based when it was paid, right, that Conservice might not get it. Well, I think it was paid soon enough that they should have got paid. They should have it on my account. The worst thing would have been, even worse than this, if I left the check down there and it's not even on my bank statement or on this, then I'd say there's a missing check. That would even be worse. At least I know the check was put in and Alden Park got the money anyway. But I didn't get the credit on my account. But I mean, I can't believe that you didn't understand that. Was it too much in the email? That you couldn't see what I showed you? I took out the 588 from the 1322.81, and it comes to 734.81. Do you understand that or not? You mean I'm going to do this video and you're not let me know? What you should have told me, when I sent you the email, you should have said, yeah, there's a mistake there. I have to find out, see if I can correct it. That's what you should have told me. You shouldn't have just come to that conclusion that I owe that money. It's wrong. Now, if I didn't pay at all, that's true. It would be that amount. If I didn't make a payment this month, it would have been that amount. Now I got on my record now I didn't make a payment this month, huh? But I paid $734.81. I don't know. This is frustrating, and it's something I can understand. That is it that difficult to understand? Again, I'll say, did you see the bank statement? Maybe you didn't see my bank statement. I sent it separate, so maybe it didn't. Maybe it went in junk file. I don't know. Maybe it didn't go through. I checked it. It should have went through. You're looking right at it. It's a printed screen, and it doesn't show much. It shows how much money I got from Social Security, and it shows a couple of checks I wrote, and it shows the check for Alden Park. It shows it on there. Because my balance reflects it. Because it's $12.54. That shows you I paid as much as I could possibly pay. I didn't keep any money that I need, I needed money to go to the clinical trial. I have to take a cab and all up and back. I didn't do it, but I had the money from the clinical trial that I just did, so I would have enough money to go if I was approved, but I wasn't approved, so I'll keep working on it. Regardless, my goal is to try to pay Alden Park. I'm not looking to stay here for free. I like it here. It has nothing to do with this situation now. That doesn't make me like it less. I like it a lot here, and I always will. And I'm not looking to, to try to beat Alden Park for any money or anything. That's the last thing I want to do. I'd rather be thrown out in the street than beat them for the money. But again, back to that notice that I received. It was okay. I knew about it. It's sent out to everybody that owes money. I didn't like that either, that notice. It had the tone of it I didn't like. Oh, right away, good morning, a good day, or whatever. Didn't have my name on it, first of all, because they sent it to everybody, right? It's a form letter. I kind of knew that. But I know I owed money, so I figured that triggered it, so I would get it. But at the end, when it says about the eviction process, you think that should be on there? Don't you think I know that? Don't you think most people know they can get evicted? The biggest thing that people get evicted for is owing money. There's a lot of other reasons they could get evicted, but one of the main reasons is owing money. I know that. But I know you can't just throw me out in the street either. Or anybody. You can't do that either. You have to go through the process. I'd have to get a notice to quit and everything. Or resolve it. Whatever I owe, come up with the money. Where am I going to come up with the money? Go rob a bank and take my chance? And, to get the money I need? Part of the problem I'm having is that stimulus. I did get to $1,200. That bought me more time. That got me into the end of September. So that was good. But they didn't give any more. They still keep talking about it. Of course, if I get another stimulus, I qualify for it. Of course, Alden Park will get the money. Of course, I'll be paid up again. And I'm still working on this clinical trial I have is for 2 years. They don't pay a lot. But I think they should pay a little more. But that's not my decision. It's a lot involved, too. I got pages and pages of a brochure, about it. What, the tests they take, blood all the time and everything. And now it's in a... what they call it. I could get a placebo. It's a blind test. I think they have maybe 3 out of 4 is placebo, and 1 might be the vaccine. So whether I get the vaccine or not, only they will know. Because if I get the vaccine and I start getting symptoms of it, that's when I could have problems too with doing this. I don't know. But if I'm going to get the coronavirus, I'd rather get it that way. Because at least this way, they're going to be checking with me 24 hours a day, every day. If I have anything wrong, they told me, you don't go to the hospital. Because right now, there's no room. And if you could get in, you won't get treated right, and you're on this test, we want to know everything about you. So at least I have that, where I'm going to be checked all the time now. So if I would happen to come and get it, even with this vaccine, they'll know. They're going to come and get me. They have inpatient. So I'll be able to go. So I'm all right with that for now. But I let you know everything since you've been here, right? So if there's anybody knows anything about my situation, you should. Isn't that the purpose of having a manager, an assistant manager, and all that? It's nice to have that down here. I like it. I don't have to go somewhere else to talk to somebody or anything, or just go right downstairs. I know now you have restrictions because of this pandemic thing, but I understand that. I still can communicate you like I do with this video, since this is better than me talking to you face to face, even with a mask downstairs. This is not something I recorded or a teleprompter or nothing like that. This is the way it is. Now, again, I don't want any hard feelings over this, because if you don't respond to me, and if you do tell me that I'm correct, and I paid, but it didn't go on my account like it's supposed to. You tell me you're going to take care of it. I don't know who has to take care of it. I think if you verify everything, and you say that proof that I paid, because when I get my bank statement through the mail, it'll be in probably the first week of December. I'm going to have a picture of the check. They always put a picture of it in there, so there's no way that it could say I didn't pay it. So now again, I'm going to repeat. If I contact the Attorney General about this, because it's a customer complaint, it's against the landlord, and I owe money, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to owe more money because they didn't contact Conservice. It's not really Conservice's fault, because they have the information and they apply it. I know that it's not their fault. Because if I call Conservice, and tell them that, they're going to say, well, we weren't notified. We can't take your word for it. You say that 734.81 wasn't on your, we didn't put it on your account. They're going to say they weren't notified. I'm sure they weren't. I just wanted, because to go in another month with me owing that, it's going to get complicated. It's going to be more confusing. Right now, I see you didn't get it. You just didn't get it. From what you said, you didn't get it. Maybe you're in a hurry to try to get an answer to me. The answers I get is a lot of double talk a lot of times. But this one, I definitely know for sure. Last year when I was talking to Tess, I had a lot of complaints about the statement and all, because I had paid whatever it said, and I found out I paid $50 too much, right? And I told her, she said she don't understand, there's nothing wrong or nothing, and I knew I did. Here's another instance when I was charged for, I think, 4 days when I did the lease. I had a 15-month lease, and I paid here for the days left. Like I think I moved in on the 27th of March in 2018, and they prorated the days. And I paid that, plus I paid the security, and I paid the first month's rent. And I had everything so it would start on the 1st. But when I went and renewed the lease, they right away charged me for the days again. I was charged for it again. I paid it because I at that time, it was right after my wife had passed away. I'm just wanting to stay here, and I had enough money, so I let it go. The same thing. They don't, I contacted the bookkeeper. Yeah, we want you to stay and all that. I said it before, want me to stay or do you want me to pay? I mean, I want to stay. You don't have to tell me that. I'm the main person in all these buildings that want to stay. And, I watch everything. I tell you everything, that I see. I'm not looking for nothing, but I seem to see it, because I'm going around all the time here. I go through all the floors and I look around. I check the trash. You remember I told you all about it. Right now, the trash room isn't bad right now. The trash, everything's being covered now. Looks like they're taking it out good. And the floor's a little bit grimy, but this doesn't smell bad or anything. And there's no flies either, so I know it's all being taken care of here. I don't have to worry about that. I worry about keeping a roof over my head, and I'm going to keep paying here because I don't have enough money. I don't have enough income to keep paying. A lot of things can happen here, and a lot of things I'm working on. I don't want to go through all the projects and all I have. I mean, any of those things can develop into something, but I don't know. Myself, I don't have time to be working on. I'm spending a lot of time on these emails and all, and these videos. I've already made over 3,000 videos. You may not be aware of that. Video like this. Not talking about things. But I made it for, mostly all the songs I've been doing. And me being so depressed and so upset, I do those songs that I perform those songs. And you know that. I'm pretty sure you're aware of it. If you look on YouTube or Twitter, you're going to see all them songs. And when I do the songs, just like I'm doing this video, I feel relaxed and better. It's like I forget everything when I'm doing it. I become that singer, for that moment. And it's like now, I don't feel bad right now because I'm able to tell you everything, and I feel better. It's like a therapy for me to do that. That's why I keep doing it. So that's why I had the camera set up here. I was going to do some songs. It's early and all, but then I said, let me make a video for you, and then that way you can listen to it and see what you think. But again, what to do is look it over, that email I sent you. I know it had a lot of other stuff in there, but it did have that breakdown I showed you. The same thing that you look up, the conservative statements and all. But it was for this one that's due in December. So the utilities and all is right. So I put that down. I want to make it the same, but the difference was, there's no payment on there. Well, there wouldn't be a payment on there. It would show the prior balance, whatever it was, and that's not right. I mean, again, I'm going to tell you, I do not owe $1322.81. Remember that 81. Look at that statement I sent you. That's my bank statement, $734.81. I paid that. You deducted from $1322.81, and I owe $588. Okay, just make sure you know that. And it's up to you to find out how you're going to correct it. All that have to be corrected is, I guess, who's ever in charge of that has to contact Conservice and let them know they have to credit my account for $734.81. Maybe there's a portal. You can punch it in. Maybe they have a portal. I don't know if you have a portal here that goes to Conservice, and when people make the payments, they put it in the portal. Maybe whoever did it didn't make a payment, didn't make, credit my payment, but they sure put it in the bank, though, so that Alden Park got the money, right? They made sure of that, huh? I mean, do you understand that? I hope so. because I don't want to keep living with this like that, because I'm going to be worried about this all the time. Because I know it's not right. I want it to be right. I want to know what I owe, and so I know what I have to work on. Right now, $294 a month, it's going to add up. That would be about $1,200 in 4 months. So now it's $588. You have, and more there than I would owe for 4 months. Because I'm around $300 short a month. It's been that way all the way from last year. From June of last year. And yet I got a 6-month lease, and I got a 15-month lease. And this is all I owe right now. Do you think you can correct it? I would really appreciate it, because, we had a good relationship here, and I like working with you, and I'm worried that you would leave. Because I start getting the feeling, because, a year now, I'm saying, I hope he doesn't leave. Marina doesn't leave, because, you know my situation. And you encourage me, like I said. But when you start telling me, thanks for everything, it sounds like a final thing, like you're leaving and you're telling me, thanks for everything. And I think I answered you and I said, I thank you for everything, for working with me. But I got that feeling. I said, I hope she's not leaving. Because I know how you're the third manager here since I've been here. And I like you the best, so whatever I say in those emails, it's just at the moment. What I say here in the video, that's more important. Because you're seeing me and that I'm sincere and all about it. And I don't try to get too emotional. I'm relaxed now. I just checked my blood pressure, went down a little bit. Because I know after I do this, it goes down. Because I got, I relieved that. I didn't keep it building up. That's why I right away answer, like I want you to answer. And I'm worried all the time when I send you an email or video that it may go in the junk file and you don't see it. And I'm waiting for an answer or something, and then I get more upset about it. I mean, this needs some kind of answer, Contact somebody, and if you don't know, find out what can be done about it. Because I definitely paid $734.81. Definitely. It's on my bank statement. I repeat this enough to try to get through, because that's why I'm doing this video. I'm doing other videos too, I know that, but this one's been the most important one. And you have another video from me, I think it was last week, like this too. And I got an answer from it. Now you can answer it in the comments. You can write whatever you want in the comments. And you could do it that way. You don't want to send me another email. Because YouTube gives me a notification on comments. So I get comments on my videos from months ago. Somebody just happened to see it. So, you can contact me that way. I'd rather you just send me an email. It doesn't have to be much, and just tell me, well, I'm going to look more into it, If you don't believe me, that's what gets me. It's like the rapport that we had, you act like it was nothing. You tell me that my balance is correct, $1,322.81, and that includes the $294 that rolled over, huh? Rolled over. That's a good answer, huh? It rolled over. Wouldn't it roll over all the time? Anybody that owes money, isn't it going to roll over to the next month? They're not going to get rid of it. They're not going to keep it. Conservice is not going to keep that on the record. It's going to roll over. So tell me that is like a stock answer, That doesn't satisfy me. You could have just said, Frank, I'm going to have to check into it. I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to make sure that, that's correct, So you tell me all that. You figure that'll be that will suffice, right? No, it's not going to. How's that going to suffice when I know I made that payment? That doesn't suffice. I know I made it, And you tell me thank you. You sign a thank you. Why would you thank me? To accept that? Thanking me to accept that explanation? I'm not going to accept it. I'm never going to accept it, no matter what you say. That's going to have to come off my account. One way or another, so. Have to go on my account. And then that balance will go down like what it should be. I know what the balance is. It's $588 plus all those charges. The utilities and all. I already figured it out. Plus, the first of the month, I know the 35 goes on. So I know exactly what I owe, for December. I'm going to go by that for now. But I know, well, if this doesn't get corrected next month, it's going to be 882 plus the 734.81. That's what I'm going to owe. That's not going to be correct. So I'm going to be having, I don't want to have any more showing up on that balance. It doesn't look good to me. And I don't like it when I know it's not correct. Now, I'm going to let you know again about that, the Attorney General. I'm going to file a complaint in there. I'm probably going to do it just early in the morning right now. So I'll probably work on it today. But I might just send them this video to the Attorney General, email it. Because that's what I already been emailing them before. And the woman will probably answer me, and I'm going to ask her I'm going to ask it in the video. All I want to know is that what are they going to do? Is that a valid complaint? That my landlord says I owe more than what I really owe. That's going to be part of it, because they do all that. And if they don't handle it, they'll send it to the department that does. So even if I do put it in, if I don't get an answer from you, I said high noon, but you might not even be in the office. I don't know. I put notes down there for you, I think, and the next day I still saw it. So I know that maybe sometimes you don't get there unless you have to have a meeting with, residents or something, by appointment. I know you can't. Running 3 buildings here is very big responsibility. I know it is. It's very big. How could you go through 3 buildings every day and check everything? Just walk through. That would be the whole day. You couldn't do nothing else. That's the reason why I like to check for you. What I see, I let you know. You could say I'm a roving resident, huh? I think you should have one in every building. Someone who can just check everything and let you know. I'll be like the resident captain up here, but I'll do anything that you need, to help out around here. If you need me to fill in downstairs, where the concierge is, I could answer the phones there. I could do all that. If you needed it. Even if a security guard, I could fill in. I know how to do it. I just watch the areas and all, check everything. Don't go outside or nothing at night. I would know that. I know a lot of things because I have a lot of experience in all kinds of things. So I hope that this will satisfy, this problem, it'll get corrected. I've been upset about a lot of things here, And I don't think I should really be, because I'm satisfied in here as it is. Probably too much. Maybe I'm spoiled with this place, but if I could find another place, right now it's impossible to be trying to find a place. Low-income housing, it doesn't exist, I guess. I applied for all that. I qualify and all, I can't get it. It's just the waiting lists are years long. Maybe with all the people dying, the older people, maybe there might be some openings. I don't know. But as far as I'm safe and sound in here. I say it's the safest place on earth in reference to this coronavirus, because there's nobody here but me. So staying in, I won't be subjected to getting it. And then I'm not going out now. Oh, now I'm only going to be going shopping, and then to this clinical trial. Makes me feel good to go to clinical trial, because I get outside, I get a ride around now, and I'm saying to myself, they can't do nothing about it. And I can go out that way and come back, get a chance to see people and all, and plus I'm going to be checking all the time. So I kind of like that. And so that's pretty much it for now, but I hope you can understand it now. I thought you would understand that email, but again, I wouldn't have went through all that. It took me a lot of time with that email, because I was going over it so much, checking all the conservative statements and all, and trying to figure it out, and I just saw right away that it's wrong. Again, I want to repeat it one more time. I paid $734.81 this month, and that would make me owe $588 for the last 2 months, not $294 a month, not $294 included in $1322.81. That is wrong, okay? You thought it was right. You were so sure, huh? But you're wrong. And you're going to have to admit it anyway, one way or another. Because if I'm going to keep going after it, I'm going to keep constantly working on it until you resolve it. And all you have to do is get whoever does that, put that credit on my rental account. And we're done with it. You don't have to go any further than that. But I don't want you to get upset either. That's why I'm so concerned by making this video. I'm making sure that I cover this enough, you know. You notice I'm not going to too many different things? Not like I do in the emails. Because once I start those emails, I get like a fever for that. I can't stop like it, you know, and I keep going and going. It's like, I don't know, it's like a problem I have with it. But now I'm doing the videos. So what am I going to do? The same thing with the videos? Keeping on going and going and going? Well, not really. I just think it's important that I get it out there. And, you know, like I said, I'm probably going to send a copy of this video to the Attorney General. And all I want them to do is listen to it, and if they tell me what they need, you know, what information, I'll do the same thing. I'll email them, you know, the correspondence I have with you. I'll email them my bank statement to show that I paid. And it's not on the conservative statement, so I think that's about it, Marine. I hope you're doing good, and I hope you continue to stay here. And I continue to, you know, have a good rapport with you. And I'll do my best to, you know, you said you're rooting for me. So you should have, if you're rooting for me, you should have kind of tried to find out, you know, say to yourself, how can he owe $1322.81? You should have been kind of like, I don't know, maybe it just didn't click into it, you know, you just didn't tie that in. You know, you wouldn't know exactly. You know, and you want me to, I just want to get it resolved so I know. Because if it doesn't get credited eventually on there, I'm going to be upset about it. And I'm going to keep doing videos. I'm going to keep contacting the advocates and everything for it, you know. I'm going to make sure that I get that credit on my account. It belongs there. And whatever happens, I want it on there. Because even like I said, if it doesn't, I'm still going to pay. Not going to say, well, I'm not going to pay nothing now. Oh, no. I'm going to pay the same way as much as I can. More than likely, it's going to be at least $294 again. I'll use that number. So I'll know probably when December comes, I'll be paying, you know, whatever it takes to make it, you know, be $294. So then it'll be $882 plus, when I start the new year, it'll be $882 plus the charges, plus all the utilities. I'm still going to use that as my, you know, what I owe. But if it goes in the credit this month, then it'll be right then. Okay, thanks again, Marine. I appreciate everything you've done, you know, for me so far. And I look forward to hearing from you real soon. Have a great day.